we are here over at Rideout Arsenal's booth looking at the Dragon. Now, I don't want to do this thing any misjustice, so I'm going to hand the floor over here to Travis. Travis is going to really give you the lowdown on what's going on here.
All right, so this is the Dragon. It's a completely new and unique design. Ground up design, completely different than anything else that you see on the market. It's not a 2011, it's not a Glock, it's something new. Let's start with the operating system. So this is a lever delayed operating system. So we don't have a slide on the gun. It's got a bolt and a bolt carrier. These two top pieces are decoupled. You see that they move independently. There's a lever in between them, so when the bolt starts moving backwards, it accelerates the mass of the bolt carrier, and that's what slows the bolt opening. So it's a completely mechanical operating system, but it operates around a fixed barrel. So the barrel does not move at all. It's fixed in the chassis. That was one of the key aspects that allowed us to get this extremely low bore axis.
Yeah.
So we currently have the lowest bore axis of any product on the market right now.
Really?
And the benefits of that is when you're shooting, the recoil is going back directly into the web of your hands. So you're not getting muzzle rise, it's pushing back into the web. And because we've got a lever delay, which is essentially a roller delay, same type of operating mechanism, it pushes back on your hand in very smooth motion. So the feel of the gun when you're shooting it is unlike anything else you've ever shot.
That is
very smooth action.
That is amazing.
So I'll also demonstrate the bolt and bolt carrier, are these small components here, and they operate independently of the optic.
Yeah.
On the back here, we've got what we call our NROC. This is the non-reciprocating optics carrier. So bolt carrier move when you shoot, but you can still use the optic to charge the weapon. Okay. So there's no buttons, no levers, no latches. So if you have a one-handed drill, or if you have to operate the weapon without your weak hands, you can just do that. This is also a completely modular design. So we designed the pistol to have all of its components come apart toollessly, so you can completely disassemble this gun without any tools, and you can change out all of the modular components very quickly. So I'll demonstrate. This gun here has our 3-port compensator. If I lock the bolt carrier to the rear, I can pull up on the latch and rotate it off. So there's a tri-lug on the end of the barrel here, and we have different noses. You can get just a flat nose, compensator nose. We also have threaded attachment nose, so if you have cans that you already own, you can thread those onto this. And because it's a fixed barrel, you don't have to run any device on those.
That is awesome.
So we can just push that back on and rotate it, and then drop the bolt. And that would work for changing it out for suppressor or compensator.
Yeah.
Yep. And other options like the back strap here, there's a latch on the inside. If you pull up on that latch, back strap comes off. And this is the piece that holds the whole lower together. So once this is off, you can start taking apart other pieces like the mag funnel or the grip, or eventually you get to the trigger guard. We'll talk about that next. The trigger guard actually houses all of the operating mechanism for the fire group. So the sear, disconnector, everything is housed inside that subassembly, the trigger guard. That is the fire control group. So that's a serialized and marked component per ATF.
Yeah.
So every other component of the gun you can buy direct from us, and we can ship directly to the customer. So after you purchase the gun, if you want to upgrade it, modify it in the future, we can direct ship those to you.
That's awesome. Now I noticed the trigger is a straight pull trigger.
It is. So straight pull trigger, very similar to a 1911, 2011. And we've located the sear directly behind the trigger. So that gives us a couple of unique advantages. One, we're able to use the same sear linkage geometry from a 2011. So it's that same trigger pull. Very short take up, very low weight trigger, and clean, crisp break and reset.
Yeah, the trigger was stunning when I pulled back on it.
Yep.
I didn't realize it was flat pull until I put my finger on it, pulled it back, and it was there, man. That was beautiful.
And the other unique thing is we have a trigger safety here. Normally those are only used to just block movement of the trigger, but because we've located the sear directly behind the trigger, it also double functions as a sear block as well. So it's drop safe.
Really?
Yes.
That thing is beautiful. I love the ledges that we've got on both sides of that too. Give us that good index and kind of push that gun down. Not that a gun like this needs any push down while you're doing anything. And I love the way you've undercut this. That thing it's a work of art, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's an absolute work of art. And I'm assuming it shoots just as good as it looks.
It shoots just as good as it looks, for sure. It's also completely ambidextrous. So we've had guys, left-handed guys, I want to make sure the gun runs just as good in your weak hand or if you're strong hand left.
Yeah.
So operating controls, you've got your mag release, bolt release on both sides. That's fairly straightforward. But we've also positioned the ejection pattern at the 1 o'clock, which means that you can run high thumb left hand without blocking the ejection port.
Yeah. That's cool. There's a lot of innovation you put into this. How long did it take you to really lock this down into what you got?
So I started about 10 years ago on this, and not as a full-time thing. This was kind of a passion project for me. I'm a tinkerer, an engineer was my trade, and I worked on it kind of nights and weekends. And then about 18 months ago, I decided to take a risk, take a leap into the industry. I stood up this company, and we went full bore building prototypes, doing testing, evaluation, iteration, and optimization of all the parts and all the manufacturing processes. And then in September, we released our first edition, which was 100 guns. That was a market test to see if there was interest in the market, and there was. We sold out almost immediately. So here at SHOT Show, we've opened up our first production run. That's a 500 unit block of guns. You can go on the website and pre-order those now.
Really?
Yes.
That's amazing. What other cool special features do you have that you can think of on this thing that really makes it different from, let's say, a 2011 or a polymer gun that's been built up for competitive shooting or to run as flat as possible with the least amount of recoil?
So obviously the low bore axis is a huge change from a 2011, right?
Yeah.
We're almost an inch higher on the grip than a 2011.
Wow.
That with the lever delay is going to give you that completely different feel. So even without the compensator, you're shooting flatter than a comp 2011.
Really?
Okay. And with a compensator, is almost no muzzle rise.
Feels like cheating a little bit.
It is cheating. This is innovation. So we're hoping to push the industry and also push the shooting sports as well. So fixed optics, low bore axis, these are where we need to go as far as development and innovation.
And not only we have fixed optics, but we have a fixed optics that's low, right? We're not running a frame mount over the top. It brings that optic way higher up.
Yep.
This is right where optics are we're used to seeing these optics being.
It's going to present the same that you're used to.
Yeah.
And we have an 18-degree grip angle, so it's that competition 2011 grip angle, even though you're riding super high.
Yeah. Dude, that thing is amazing. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you.
Showing us all this sort of stuff and telling us a little bit about you and the company along with it, man.
All right.
That was a fun ride. I really appreciate it. Thanks, brother.
Thank you
Very much.